Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today, Thursday, 27th of October 2016. This is Edward with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Salon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. Only one COPE report, Sujiva. Member of the Parliamentary Oversight Committee, COPE, Sujiva Senasinghe said yesterday that only one report on the central bank bond issue controversy would be presented to Parliament by COPE Chairman Sunil Hendunetti, and that would include the different and dissenting views of other members. Jaffna shooting. No clear picture yet, says Law Minister. It was not possible to give a clear picture of the circumstances that led to the death of the undergraduates of the Jaffna University at a police roadblock at Cockville early Friday morning, Law and Order Minister Sagala Ratnayaka said yesterday. Bus stoned, group of youths assaulted in Jaffna. A group of men had ambushed and hurled stones at a bus in Gurunagar, but there was no passengers at the time of the attack. 3 youths had sustained minor injuries due to an attack by a motorcycle gang at Anikkotai on Thursday night, the police said. Unfair to level war crime allegations, General Gary De Silva. Former Army Commander retired General Gary De Silva yesterday said that it was unfair to level war crime allegations against Sri Lankan forces and have inquiries into them without having a proper idea of what really took place in the humanitarian mission and finding out both sides of the story. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. Alleged failure to declare assets and liabilities. Sarana to plead guilty in 2 corruption cases, released on 2 sureties of 100,000 rupees each. Former Deputy Minister Sarana Gunawardena yesterday informed Colombo Chief Magistrate that he was willing to plead guilty in 2 corruption cases filed by the Bribery Commission for alleged failure to declare assets and liabilities for 2 years. The Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption had filed 2 corruption cases in the Colombo Chief Magistrate's Court against former Deputy Minister Sarana Gunawardena over non-declaration of assets and liabilities while he was serving as the National Lotteries Board Chairman. First Green University in South Asia opened. President Maithripala Sirisena, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Minister Mahinda Samarasinghe and Dinesh Gunawardena MP cutting the ribbon to open the first and only Green University in South Asia, NSBM, National School of Business Management at Pittipana, Homangama yesterday. President Sirisena also engaged in a friendly chat with some opposition parliamentarians after the opening. Youth found dead at Vimal's residence. Post-mortem today. Lahiru Janith, a friend of MP Vimal Veeravansa's son, who had stayed overnight in the MP's Kokkandara residence Tuesday, was found dead the following morning. Talangarama Police said the family of Veeravansa, finding that Janith just would not wake up in the morning yesterday, had brought him to Sri Jayawarthanapura General Hospital in Kotai at about 10:30 am. Asked whether he died after being admitted to the hospital or upon admission, the Jayawarthanapura Hospital Deputy Officer said it will be determined officially tomorrow after a post-mortem examination. Finally, let's move to Ceylon today. The main headline says, Government acts to stem a crisis. STF police on the spur of Awa. 5 arrested in major crackdown. Several STF squads and police units have been deployed to strengthen security in and around Vavuniya, Kilinochchi and Jaffna city limits in the aftermath of the emergence of the Awa group that has claimed responsibility for putting 2 policemen to the sword. Awa's leaflets scattered throughout the Jaffna Peninsula have resurrected the old fear, psychosis in and around the Jaffna district and other major towns, especially because of the ransom demands at the point of swords by Awa hoodlums. Sources said that after the recent assault on 2 police officers attached to the State Intelligence Unit at Chunagam, several STF teams have been deployed in the major cities in the northern province not only to track down members of the Awa group but to maintain law and order as well. VAT bill passed. The value-added tax amended bill was passed in Parliament yesterday with a 66-vote majority. The bill received 112 votes in favour and 46 against, while 65 members were absent during the vote. Parliamentarians from the joint opposition and the Janata Vimukti Peramuna voted against the bill. Mattakuliya quadruple murder. Police arrest 11 suspects. Sleuths of Colombo Crimes Division on Tuesday night arrested 11 men, including the main suspect in the Mattakuliya quadruple murder, Prasad Ruwan, alias Kudu Roshan, 24, in Rattapura, police said. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.